Okay, we find ourselves at the desk today, and this one's just a quick little bit of a story time, bit of a channel update and a bunch of other stuff. Now, I have been sort of phoning it in with videos the last couple of days, or last couple of months. It's summer, been super hot, had a hard time maneuvering myself around because of the multiple sclerosis, and a whole bunch of other things have happened. That's also been the prelude to a couple of videos. Anyhow, I need to explain one of the situations that has been consuming much of my time. Probably something I don't advertise very much is the gaming side of things that I do. I've been playing a game called Minecraft, which, if you're not aware of what Minecraft is now, I don't know where you've been living. I purchased that back in beta, and I'd been playing it before that for quite some time, but more or less since about 2012. Now, I took a bit of a hiatus for a few years, and I sort of picked up again when a couple of mates started playing it themselves again, and we put together a private server, which is all good and well. Then I discovered hacked clients, which in certain circumstances are legitimate to use. They're ones pretty much let you cheat. So I ended up moving into anarchy Minecraft servers, which, for definition, anarchy is where you basically have no rules. You can use the hacked clients, you can cheat, you can blow up other people's bases. No real repercussions for that. The freedom is appealing, but the toxicity is often not, and it does attract a lot of toxic players. So anyway, I ended up finding myself through a number of different routes onto an anarchy server. And one thing that happens to me, I find in a lot of places, I'm not sure why, but I end up being given unexpectedly positions of leadership. And so in this case, I got made server admin without asking, just abruptly, and not given very much instruction. And so I went guided by what the community was after and started to get more activity on the server. People were very happy with me. And I ran into one bloke. We're just going to call him, for the sake of description here, we're going to call him Zim. And yeah, we got together with him, helped get up to speed with a few things on the server, everything like that. And then the owner just showed up one day and lost his absolute crap and pulled the pin on the whole server, shut it all down, and disappeared off the planet. So no explanation, no understanding why that happened. So we went, well, in the words of Bender from Futurama, we're going to start our own server with blackjack and hookers. And so I think it's sort of well under the way of a blackjack substitute there. So we started our own server, and we floated between some hosting on a friend's or then some official paid hosting and everything like that. Been going for, well, over a year now. I've kind of lost track of time, probably a year and a half, something like that. Doing really, really well, and building quite the community, and everybody's fairly happy with the way that community's going. And some of the people that have come from the more toxic servers have sort of moved over to join ours, and we talk fairly regularly. And some actually, what's come out of the woodwork, some quite valuable people and quite nice members of the community. Kind of interesting. Then he went offline. We'd normally talk almost daily. It's not like me to be that social and to talk to people all the time. And those of you on my Discord server will know that I'm not on all that often. But yeah, this is sort of somebody that sort of fitted my mindset. We talk quite regularly. And then he took a break for no reason, no word, stopped talking for several days. And I went, something's not right here. Then I get an international phone call because this guy is not in Australia. I got a message to call a number, which was an international number. It turns out to be him. His house had burnt and everything he owned. And he had several animals. He managed to get one of his cats out. Two cats were MIA for a few days until they finally showed up. One of them was quite heavily fire affected, singed, had to go to the vet and get some medical care. He had a couple of snakes as well, both of which burnt to death in the fire, and they were his world. He broken man, this guy. And so I've been, in light of that, doing what I can to help. And if you're an Australian citizen, you'll know that there's lots of services available to help you, but over in the USA there really isn't, especially if you're not part of a church. The churches kind of fill the gaps where the government really should. So there's not really a lot of options for assistance in that regard. Now, fortunately, he was able to find a roof over his head with a family member, but he basically lost everything. So I've been dedicating some of my time and pretty much all of my YouTube revenue for the last 4 or 5 months to that. Of course, this event happened more recently than 5 months ago, but I've been sitting on that money, and I have invested pretty much all that in getting him back online. One of the things that happened too is this guy's fairly well up in the cybersecurity circle, and he lost all his two-factor authentication, all his devices, everything. Getting back into his stuff has been quite a challenge, and there's still a couple of things we can't get back into. So, all the king's horses and all the king's men can't get past a good two-factor authentication. So, we are having to work with some workarounds there. In any case, I thought I'd bring this up as to explaining why I've been sort of phoning it in a little bit. There is a Ko-Fi link, which is a little bit like, it's basically a donation portal. If you want to chuck a couple of bucks his way, he'd be probably over the moon about that. He sort of plans on putting that towards running an animal aid, and he's spoken to me maybe about joining fire service. So interesting things that could happen. But it's definitely one of those things that I have extended my ability to assist financially. But, rather than throw me big donations, chuck a couple of bucks his way, See if you can help him out. It would mean a lot to me. But at the same time, make sure you're not putting yourselves out first. Because if you don't help yourself first, you're not able to help everybody else. And that's the message I've tried to get across to this bloke. So, anyway, I'm going to move on to some other things. I definitely have some Land Rover stuff ready to go, and I will be back with that soon enough. So we'll catch you later.